opening statement. I yield.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me offer a counter position to that. I was thinking my district is Las Vegas, and Nevada is not covered by a regional economic development commission. I was thinking it'd be a good idea if we got one, but now I see my arguments are going to have to be strengthened other than just that. I haven't heard the chairman's comments on what he thinks about these. I, however, think they're a good thing, and thank you all for coming to share with us what you've done. And it's important to have this hearing because we haven't addressed this for several years. And you do economic development in very different ways depending on the area that you represent. You respond to what the needs are there. And oftentimes, local governments, maybe they're rural counties or small communities, don't have the resources to do it themselves. So it makes sense that there's somebody else to bring together, to build up structure, to invest in things that we need to replace things that have been lost. You heard a little bit of a description, and I know y'all already know this, but just for the record, of the 8, there are 8 of these commissions. You 5 are here today. You're active, you're functioning, you're funded, and you're staffed. There's a 6th commission, the Southwest Border Regional Commission. It's in the process of organizing and hiring staff. Recently created, I believe last year, was the Great Lakes Authority, and it doesn't yet have a federal co-chair. I know Marcy Kapter has been working very hard to be sure that that exists and is up and running and gets appropriations. And then the authorization for the Northern Great Plains Regional Authority. You'll be glad to hear this lapsed at the end of 2018. Now, among those of you who are active, you've each received between $20 million and $200 million for the fiscal year of 2023 to support your different various economic development activities. And they range for a variety of good projects. You invest in basic infrastructure, energy, the environment and natural resources, workforce and business development, and entrepreneurship programs to help build that private sector to carry development into the future that we heard the chairman talking about. Although y'all are federally chartered and you receive congressional appropriations, you have a federal representative on the commission, but you're very much a cross-government type of agencies and work closely kind of as a liaison between the federal government and state and local governments. A lot of input from what local governments need. And this is kind of a unique way of doing economic development because you're place-based, you're cross-government, intergovernmental, multifaceted. You bring together a lot of good qualities to move our economy forward. I believe federal support is critical for regional economic development. For example, during the pandemic, Southern Nevada experienced 35% unemployment, the highest in the country because we're so tied to tourism and outdoor recreation. Airplanes were empty, hotels were empty, the Strip was closed down. It was like the Twilight Zone. So naturally that impacted employment, but also local businesses that were ancillary to gaming and tourism. I introduced the INVEST Act, which was part of the recovery provisions to try to help economic diversity and resiliency in all areas that are affected by, rely heavily on tourism and would be affected by a kind of a catastrophe like COVID was. Scarcity of water is a problem affecting the Southwest, and we need to keep consumption top of mind when we're investing or looking for new industry or new businesses to come to an area. That's a role that y'all could play. So you each do it in a very specific way to your area, whether you have to respond to closing down old factories, closing coal mines, loss of tourism, or climate impact. So I commend you for what you do. I think it's valuable, and I look forward to learning some lessons from you in case we do have one in our area at some point in the future. So thank you.